back on again. I am trying to get Amish to join us. I don't have any requests to join at the moment. Hey everyone. Hello, hello, hello everyone who's joined in. We're waiting for Amish to join us. A moment. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I think we have him. Do we have him? Accept. Hey Amish, my God! Finally, that was like, what was that?
टेक्निकल रुकावट के लिए खेद है.
बहुत ही ज़्यादा खेद है, but we're so happy to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I was here. I was trying to request, but wasn't coming up in your feed, I guess, for some reason.
I'm not the most tech savvy person, but we're here now, and so there's a lot of people who are joining in, and they're all excited to. So I promised them a scintillating conversation. So not a lot of people know about Amish, the person. They know about your books, they know about what you write, but they don't know about you. Tell us where you are right now.
I'm in London right now. I am a diplomat, for those who don't know. I'm director of the Nehru Center in London. I'm also Minister Culture at the Indian High Commission here. Sounds a lot cooler than it is, but I'm technically a diplomat, yes.
How lovely. So do you have a CD card?
Yes, I have a diplomatic car. I have a diplomatic passport. Yeah. And diplomatic immunity is not what Hollywood movies make it out to be. Before anyone asks.
You preempted my question. I was actually going to ask you, so what all can you be up to with your diplomatic immunity? But you beat me to it. So,
yeah.
I have a bunch of interesting questions for you, Amish. Amish, where do you write? Like, what is your favorite writing spot? Because I write myself, and there is a particular nook which gives me the feels, and that's where I write from. So, what is your nook? What is your place? Show us.
I write anywhere, but this is my office. If anyone wants to see, wherever I am, there's always Lord Shiva, as you can obviously guess.
Yes.
And this is my office in London at the Nehru Center. This is where I sit. I write out here as well. Much of the fourth book, War of Lanka, was actually written here. But I can write anywhere, man. I can write on my dining table. I can write. I've written on the backseat of my car. Much of my first book, Immortals of Melua, was written on the backseat of my car. So what I need is music. The two things that I certainly need while writing. I need music. So I listen to, the words don't matter because I kind of zone out the words. But the mood of the music has to match the mood of the scene that I'm writing. Yeah. So if it's a war scene, it should be some rousing music. If it's a love scene, it should be some nice soft music. And I need cream biscuits. I eat tons of cream biscuits when I'm writing.
What are you saying? Seriously?
Hey. Many of my hardcore readers, they kind of know that.
Bonbon type, the one that you can open and lick the insides of type.
I love it that you said bonbon because most people now have become elegant and say bourbon. Actually, it's bonbon.
We grew up with bonbon and Jim Jam. We grew up with Jim Jam.
Jim Jam. And Orange Creek. You know the kind of stuff we got when we were kids. Yeah. So those biscuits for some reason kind of just spark up my creativity.
Yeah. But were you always writing through school, through college? Were you always sort of penning things down, or did this come to you late in life? Like where did you study?
So I was as left-brained as they come. So I studied in Lawrence School. It's a boarding school in Ooty, and then Cathedral and John Connon School in Mumbai. then BSc Mathematics in Xavier's College, and then an MBA from IIM Calcutta. So as left-brained and academic as they
And
come,
then swung the
correct,
other
completely
side
to
and
the
became
creative side. I
completely
never did
regular.
anything creative when I was young. I was active in sports, boxing, gymnastics. I have a slightly bent nose. It's an old boxing injury. So I was active in sports, but never did anything creative. So most of my school, college friends, they normally ask me कि सच बता actually किसने लिखा है?
How evil are they? But where did this like segue happen from like left brain right brain type thing? How did this happen to you or for you? What brought it on?
Uh, so it began kind of in my banking days. I wrote my first two books along with my job. Uh, now you know why banks go bankrupt, because most bankers are busy doing other things. So I got an idea for a philosophy. So that's how the Shiva Trilogy actually began. A philosophy for an explanation to this question, what is evil? And I started writing that down as a pure philosophy thesis, actually. Uh, so it began with a TV program, a discussion with our family. We discovered something interesting. I'm sure you have Parsi friends, right?
I do.
Parsi friends,
I,
Zoroastrian friends, yeah. So you should check with them. It's something very interesting that for Zoroastrians, the gods were called Ahuras and the demons were called Daivas. That's the ancient Persians. And for the Indians, gods are called Devas and demons are called Asuras. So our pantheon is the exact opposite of the ancient Persian pantheon. So my family and I, we discovered this, and then we were talking that hell, if the ancient Indians and ancient Persians had met, we'd probably be calling each other evil, because my god is your demon, your god is my demon. You must be evil. Then who would be right? So evil is obviously neither, because evil is something that exists beyond petty human rivalries, and that's how it began actually. A pure philosophy thesis. And
wow.
then it became something interesting and engaging, because obviously pure philosophy thesis no one is interested in.
But I loved the trilogy. That was like, and I remember it took the Indian. I'm not aware of the international impact of the book, but the Indian publishing community, because I am associated with it, they were all like there was a bhukam. There was like a huge sensation, and so how did
My
that?
first book was rejected, right? By every publisher it was sent to. My first book was rejected by every publisher it was sent to.
Really?
I'm serious. I self-published. I self-published my first book. Because look, they said that look, this is on a religious subject. The main market are the youth. They're not interested in it. They're not going to pick it up. Write some campus romance novel. That's what'll work. Then I was told my books are too long. Apparently this I'm talking about 2010. So attention spans are small, beyond 100, pages. No one will be interested. My books are like 400, 500 pages. I was also told I have these Gyan sessions every 2, 3 chapters. I kid you not. A publisher actually told me this. If you want to make it mass, you have to dumb it down. You cannot have all these Gyan sessions every second, third chapter. I was like surprised. They actually look down on their customers.
So you're actually the poster boy for inspiring people to follow their heart and to follow their instinct, because a lot of people I meet, aspiring actors, writers, they're always trying to push their agenda forward and say that there is a story. I believe there is a story here. I believe it will resonate, but they're pushed away and sent away. But you had the gumption to stick it out and say, no, I believe this and I'm going to self-publish. And then what happened? How did that like translate into becoming India's fastest, highest selling set of books? How did that happen?
So, for the want of a better term, I think any good creative person should be schizophrenic. That's what I genuinely believe, right? So, when you're actually creating your product, when you're making your movie, making your book, be completely pure, true to your heart. Give a damn about anyone else. Don't bother about whether it'll work, not work. It shouldn't matter, right? Just follow your heart. But once you've kind of you're ready with the product, then become a practical, pragmatic marketing guy and figure out, okay, how do I sell this? How do I market this? And so I actually, because I wasn't backed by any traditional publisher and I was publishing myself, I just went ahead and did whatever innovation I wanted to do on marketing. Yeah. Which standard publisher would have probably not backed it at that point of time, because publishers come out with like most traditional companies will say the most irritating line ever, that we cannot try this because it has never been done before. So that's a really irritating line. You should. How do you know if something's going to work or not unless you try it? And you try it, yeah, it might fail. That's part and parcel of life, right?
My
So
God,
at least try something
my
new.
business is so full of that. I mean, every single person is like, yeah, but it's not going to work. It's not work. We don't have a template for it. And like somebody had to have done it first for it to have for you to know whether it will or won't work. So yeah, I totally understand. And
Exactly.
then how did it start sort of like uh, flying off the shelves? What was that like?
It went into the bestseller charts in the first week itself, actually.
Whoa.
So even I was stunned by how quickly it went up. I did a lot of innovative marketing, like I said. So we printed the first chapter of the book and distributed it free of cost at various bookstores. I'd gone, and made presentations to various, bookstores in a proper tie and a suit. They didn't expect authors to come that way. And I told them, listen, I'm giving you something free, the first chapter. What's your problem? Just distribute it free. No one had ever tried that before. Stores just accepted it and they displayed it at the cash counter. Now think about it. Cash counter, I'm talking about 2010. Smartphones weren't around, right? So cash counter is prime display space because
Yeah.
someone has come to bill, out there. So which means he or she is a serious customer, right? And at that time, there were no smartphones. So when you're waiting for your bill, there's a magic 30, 35, 40 seconds when you have utterly nothing to do, right? And then you see this nice, booklet out there with a very nice cover, the same cover as the main book, with a big stamp on it, free of cost, just pick it up. And many people just picked up that first chapter and went home and they liked it. And then they called up the stores and said, okay, where's the book? We want the book. And we distributed this chapter a week before the launch of the book. The response to the first chapter was so good that many of the stores raised their orders before the book was launched, which is why it hit the bestseller charts in the first week itself. Now, the thing is that with any marketing innovation, anything, you have to be the first to try it, right? Because now if you go to a store and say, I'm giving you a free display chapter, display it, they'll charge you advertising cost. At that time, they didn't charge me anything because no one had tried that before.
Wow, my God, that is
Try
stunning.
innovative ideas.
Very highly. I'm so inspired actually. I have my own book coming out shortly, but I don't know what strategy I could use for that because that's a book
One
about
golden rule.
huh?
One golden rule. You have a book coming out, always wear a t-shirt with the cover of the book.
Best
There's
best
no
holding.
such thing as too much marketing.
There's no such- Indeed, indeed. So now the Ram Chandra series is flying off the shelves, and all of us have loved the first three books, and now the fourth one is coming out, and there's palpable excitement. So uh, just to, just briefly, I want to know how relevant do you think is the Ramayana today? How pertinent is it in today's day?
I heard this wonderful line once, Tisca, that no Indian hears the Ramayana for the first time. That we are born with it.
True that.
It's a part of our bones. It's a part of our genes.
Yeah.
And so much of how we live our life is actually defined by archetypes and role models that we see in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Right?
Mhm.
I did this series for Discovery TV recently, a documentary called Legends of the Ramayana, and I was a host for for that. It was kind of like a travelogue, right? A 3 episode documentary, and we went from Ayodhya to Sri Lanka, and Ayodhya, Prayagraj, Chitrakoot, Nashik, Panch, Hampi. Vijayanagar, Hampi, many people don't know this. That's actually Kishkinda. That's where Lord Hanuman was born. Okay, Hampi. And then Rameshwaram and Lanka. So many people among the masses still live the Ramayana, right? They still, like in Karnataka, if you make a vow that you must honor, it's called Sugriv Vajne. That the vow that Sugriv made, or Lakshman Rekha, for example.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
term that's used even today, right? A line you should not cross,
Yeah.
correct? A kind of metaphorical line in the sand. Yeah, so I mean, even today it is so important to us. It kind of defines how we live here. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so it's an honor to actually.
I think I love what you said right off the top, saying that no one comes to the Ramayana page zero. I mean, it's a part of our lives. And I remember back in the day when the series was out, the Ramanand Sagar series, which was I mean, there was no traffic at that time because everyone would be at their homes watching the series. So I think that it continues to have a lasting impact, and proof of that is the fact that the book is the trilogy is and now I don't know what the name for 4 books
The
is, but
series.
not the series. The series
Series.
is you know so. Another very pertinent question for me is the book on Sita. You know, she comes across as this strong, determined, focused woman, as opposed to the sort of in need of rescue person. So it seems that she's very woke. She's very empowered. Uh, where did that come from in your book? And I'm very curious because that's a very relevant topical sort of idea that you put forward in your book, and that's something that's I think inspiring to a lot of women. That a side of Sita that we didn't know. So what is that?
Okay, so pop quiz, Lakshman Rekha. We just spoke about the Lakshman Rekha, right? And most of us, at least modern Indians, we think Lakshman Rekha is there in the Ramayana. So pop quiz, is it actually there in the Ramayana? In the original Valmiki Ramayana? What's your guess?
Now that you're asking it, maybe it's not, but
It's
I was
not.
not.
It's not. It's not there in the original Valmiki Ramayana. The image that we have of Lord Lakshman taking an arrow and drawing that line, and there's a fire out there, and Goddess Sita is not supposed to cross. Yeah, it's not there in the Valmiki. There's no mention of the Lakshman Rekha in the Valmiki Ramayana. It is not there. Right?
When did that come, and when did that then become part of the
The
whole?
first time that the Lakshman Rekha is even mentioned in any version of the Ramayana, at least from all the versions that I've read, is in the 16th century. There's a version of the Ramayana called the Ramcharitmanas, written by Tulsidas ji, right? Goswami Tulsidas ji. And, the Ramanand Sagar ji's television serial was in large measure based on the Ramcharitmanas, the 16th century version. In the original Valmiki Ramayana, there is no Lakshman Rekha. In the original Valmiki Ramayana, Sita Ma, she's not a warrior, but she's a very strong woman, right? She does what she thinks is correct. And there's another version of the Ramayana called the Adbhut Ramayana. Have you heard of it? Adbhut Ramayana.
Yeah.
So that is also credited to Valmiki ji. In that, there are 2 Ravans, okay? There's one weaker Ravan, and the elder Ravan is the more powerful Ravan. Guess who kills the elder, more powerful Ravan in the Adbhut Ramayana? It's not Lord Ram. I'll make it easy for you. Guess who?
Is it Sita?
Yeah? She kills Ravan in that version of the Ramayana, Adbhut Ramayana. It's a very ancient version, right? Probably, I don't know, 2.5, 3,000 years old. It is also credited to Valmiki ji. It's said that the original Ramayana is the Valmiki Ramayana, right? And he's written 3 versions of the Ramayana. One is the Valmiki Ramayana, second is the Adbhut Ramayana, third is the Anand Ramayana. In the Adbhut Ramayana, Sita Ma kills Ravan, right? So the thing of seeing her as a warrior, I'd love to take credit for it, that I am this new age guy who came up with it. No, the original author, he put it up, right? Valmiki ji put it up. Is this that, sadly, many of us Indians, we aren't aware of the original versions. Our ancient versions are actually very, the concept of seeing men and women as equal, the concept of strong, powerful women, it's not a westernized concept, it's a truly Indian concept. Those of us who believe men and women are equal are actually being truly Indian. We're not being westernized.
That is such a powerful message, Amish. That is for me, that is the takeaway of, because I've always believed that all of our goddesses are, I mean, all the Shaktis are women, and that sense of the divine feminine is such a strong Indian concept. Lakshmi, Kali, all Saraswati. Everybody is a woman, and yet we had such a sort of skewed gender politics in the country, but I'm like so wonderfully happy to hear that in one version of the Ramayana and one of the original ones, Mata Sita actually killed the elder Ravan. That is just like amazing.
The problem is actually we don't teach our ancient scriptures, sadly, in our education system. If we did, we would see the feminist version, right? The most ancient scripture, the most ancient Indian scripture is the Rig Veda, right?
Yeah.
So the Rig Veda is essentially hymns written by rishis, who are the equivalents of the Indian equivalents of the prophets and messiahs, right? What many modern Indians don't know is that the Rig Veda is hymns written by women rishis as well, by rishikas. We had the equivalent of women prophets and messiahs, right? In ancient India. I've said it very often in interviews to idiots who say that women shouldn't read the scriptures. Our answer should be, you moron, they wrote the scriptures 7,000, 8,000 years ago, right? That's how liberal our Christian culture was. It is that, sadly, we don't teach any of this in our modern day.
Yeah. Oh man, this is like just fills me with joy and power and courage, and I'm so happy to hear this. Okay, coming to the main excitement, why everyone's here and everyone's agog and everyone wants to see the cover of the War of Lanka. So
Okay, my T-shirt.
We do the big reveal.
There you go.
Here you go, everyone. Here is the book. Ta-da! Everyone, here is the War of Lanka, and it is due out in a couple of months. Amish, what is the exact date? Do you have an exact date already?
It's going to be out on October 3rd. But pre-bookings are open. So you can walk into any bookstore in India, Amazon, Flipkart, various online stores. Go in out there and you can pre-book it, and you'll get the book on October 3rd. These are the first 3 books.
But
Ram,
listen, your covers are like something else. Like look at this. It looks like it's like a movie poster. It is stunning, stunning. My God. 6 million copies in print. Amish, this is what is this even like?
Thank you.
Like,
so this is actually Ravan and Lord Ram battling outside Lanka.
Yes, that is so fabulous. It is just absolutely stunning. Guys, here is the cover of the book, The War of Lanka, and I'm so delighted to be in this moment sharing it with everyone, because pretty soon it's going to be in every bookshop and everywhere, and everyone's going to see it, and we saw it here first, so yay! Okay, now I come to a little, like one of my favorite parts of having this chat with you, which is like things that no one's asked you, I'm guessing, or if they have, then, anyway, my audience is going to hear it on my page. Okay, it's a rapid fire, so it should have...
Oh, God. Okay.
It should be rapid and it should have fire.
Okay.
I don't want polite answer, Ramesh. Okay.
I'm a naturally polite guy. All right, let's go.
Okay. Favorite actor?
Alu Arjun. For now, Pushpa. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, he's very cool.
पुष्पा नाम सुन के फ्लावर समझे क्या फायर है नहीं दिखेगा नहीं I love it.
Very. Agreed. Actress, favorite actress.
Besides you. Okay.
Flattery.
Madhuri Dixit. Madhuri Dixit.
Ah, nice. Yes, of course. Favorite film.
Sholay.
Ooh, acha.
Yeah, I have lost count of how many. I know every dialogue by heart. I even know when the horse moves its foot. I know it in that much detail.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, when you're writing, in your mind's eye, who do you think would play Sita in the film version of your book?
Because if it's in the mind, it can be you can let the imagination run, and time doesn't matter. So Madhuri Dixit in the time when she was in Beta, right? Do you remember that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There's there's a scene where
Anybody from today? Anybody from today? Sita?
let the director decide. Besides you, let the director decide.
Ram?
Let the director decide.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. These are all polite questions.
okay. Okay, maybe you can answer this one. Ravan?
Ravan. Yeah, that's going to be a hard one. See, the thing with Ravan, what makes him so different, right? He's not just a thug. He's actually among the most intelligent guys around. Seriously talented, but has a massive ego and severe anger management issues, right? So no one comes to mind immediately.
Okay. Moving away from your books, now this is personal stuff. Your 5 favorite guests at your dinner table, dead or alive.
Three men who.
I mean, not that they'd be at your table dead. What I mean is those
Okay.
people would be dead or alive from the
No.
past or alive.
3 men who I've lost in the recent past. My father-in-law, my Dr. Manoj Vyas, my brother-in-law Himanshu Roy, and my father Vinay Tripathi. I really look up to all 3 of them. Love to hear them once again.
Okay, and that's 2 more.
Sorry, slightly emotional.
And 2 more.
2 more.
5 guests.
2 more. Okay.
Somebody suggesting Fahad Fadil and somebody suggesting Baman Irani as options for Ravan and for Ram, etc.
Baman Irani as Ravan. He's such a sweet man.
Anushka for Sita, someone's saying. Let me just look at what they're saying. They're saying, everyone's saying 1 minute. Baman Irani and someone's saying, who as Ravan? Yash as Ravan. Yash from KGF as Ravan.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He is brilliant. I love KGF too, man.
Alia for Sita, someone says.
Huh?
I think Alia for Sita. Deepika for Sita. Okay. Well.
Interesting.
The usual suspects of what makes a hit film out of a hit book. Yeah, for sure. Okay, 2 more people. Quick.
2 more people. Albert Einstein. Why not? Quantum entanglement. We can discuss that.
Done. And may I suggest the Buddha?
Brilliant. I'm not so sure. Okay. Yeah, brilliant.
I'm coming to dinner as well. To this dinner, I'm coming. If you have all these wonderful people, then I'm joining.
Lana Daggubati as Ravan. Someone suggesting that. Hey, that's a very good idea.
Ranveer Singh for Ravan. Oh my God. Sanjay
Ranveer Singh as Ravan. Okay, Sanjay Dutt as Ravan.
Yay! Come on.
Loads of suggestions for Ravan.
Let's. Is there a film in production? Who knows? I would produce it. Kangana and Sita. Ooh. Nice. Okay. Very, very vocal Sita, but sure. One secret.
Siddharth Malhotra for Buddha. I haven't written a book on Buddha. Okay. I don't know if I read that.
About you as a writer that people don't know. And it has to be a secret. It is not to be in the public domain. It is exclusively on this live and something that nobody knows about India's top selling author. Come on, Amish.
About me as a writer? Okay.
Or about you as a person? I'll widen that question.
I have, as a writer, okay, one secret. I have a favorite pen that, yeah, actually that's hardly a brilliant thing. I mean, no, it's nothing really brilliant. I think the biscuits are the cool thing.
Okay.
And many of my readers actually know that, so I get gifts of cream biscuits whenever I go to Litfest. कि ये लो और जल्दी लिखो.
Wow. Wow. There's somebody else who's just requested that please do a book on Lord Krishna, and I would like to say yay to that, because
I'd love
that would be so
that.
cool.
That is being planned, by the way. So I have a story idea on the Mahabharat as well, which I will hope to write sometime. But the next series after this, after the Ram Chandra series, is actually something based in London, set in the modern day. So I've got inspired by some idea out here. So it'll be set in the modern day in London with gaming and time travel. So let's see where that goes.
Wow, this sounds like
Completely
a
different.
serious segue, huh? Serious departure from your path. But it's been amazing having this conversation. And one last question for you, which is, who is your muse?
My views. That's a damn easy one, yeah. It's Lord Shiva, yeah. Easiest
Ah,
answer. Why? I mean it genuinely, right? No disrespect to any other god or goddess. But as one of my younger readers had said, Lord Shiva is the dude of the gods. Right? He's a brilliant dancer, a brilliant musician. He's the originator of the Vedas. He's the original yogi. Uh, you know, uh,
and in
he's
my
cool in
mind's
every
eye,
way.
he's good looking.
Huh?
And in my
Huh?
mind's eye, he's good looking.
Oh, he's very good looking. He's very good looking, and he's a rule breaker god. He's outside of society. He's doesn't differentiate between anyone, between men and women, high born, low born. He'll give a blessing to Lord Ram also. He'll give a blessing to Ravan also. Uh, yeah, he's very cool. With no disrespect to any other god or goddess.
No, but indeed, I am in agreement. He's quite the dude. That is
He's
correct.
very cool.
He's very cool. On that note, everyone, the book is open for pre-order. This is The War of Lanka. And
Let's do the sound motion.
let's do that, yeah, that thing. Love the cover. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I hope I'm getting my special copy. And
Of course you will.
I can't wait to read it, Amish. Really, and more power to your pen and or your keyboard. And can't wait to read the book. And everyone, jump in where we're posting this session on my page and on Amish's. Feel free to listen to this conversation. And I hope you guys had a good time, because we totally did. I mean, I totally did. So.
Thank you so much, Tisca. I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for hosting this. You're the kindest and sweetest. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Amish. My pleasure. My pleasure. Lots of love to you in London. And thank you everyone for joining in. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye, bye.